the whole new series that came out.
Yeah, I would assume that they would just jump right in and just start doing the storyline on that, or just adding content from that in Xenoverse, because it already has a lot of it anyway, so.
Yeah, more than likely they'll just continue it.
Yeah.
Because they can always add in, like, they just added in the Super Saiyan God Goku forms and shit. So that's probably what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah.
Forms.
I'd say, I don't even know.
What?
They added in all the stuff from Resurrection, fuck, I can't say it.
Resurrection of F.
Yeah, I don't know, I was having trouble.
But I figured, I figured they would do it like the Naruto games, where they just will tell like a story arc and they'll add some things to it, and then come out with another game and kind of retell the same shit.
May I just input that the last 3 minutes of Resurrection F depressed me so much.
Please don't talk about it. I've never seen Resurrection of F.
If everybody who has seen it knows that the last 3 minutes it's crushing.
I haven't seen it either, but I heard a lot of people.
What are you saying about it? Like, wait, what about the last?
The last 3 minutes is disappointing.
Well, honestly, the movie overall for me was disappointing.
I don't think they should have. I don't think they should have had Frieza as a bad guy. Like, Frieza is way overdone. I mean, I can understand why they had him, but it's just like, come on, make up somebody new.
He was their
He's
first.
He's died like 4 times in both movie.
Well, he was their first real bad guy, though.
I mean, the idea of them bringing back Frieza was great. Like, of course, they could have given him a god form like they did and have him come back boss and blah, blah. But just the way they conducted that movie, it wasn't...
I don't like how they introduced, I mean, of course,
anybody.
Goku.
Anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like how they introduced anybody.
Oh, so you mean they didn't do it like the other movies where they all turned Super Saiyan and came in at the same time?
No, man. It's
like the way they had them transform was weird. Like the way they had.
You gotta think of it like this: every movie from the Dragon Ball Z universe kind of sucked, except for like the very first few, the ones that kind of like stayed canon. But every movie had like that very last movie that they were supposed to do. That was supposed to be like the Dragon Ball Z very last movie, where he turned Super Saiyan 3, did that Dragon Punch and shit.
Oh, the Dragon Fist movie, yeah.
That shit was horrible. That movie sucked ass. And that was supposed to be like the telling of Trunks' story, you know, of
how he got the sword and shit.
Yeah.
Well, all the movies, just like as far as storyline, they've always been rushed. I can only think maybe of like 2 or 3 movies that were okay. Like, I think the Cooler movie, the Broly movie.
Oh, Broly movie, hell yeah.
And you know, they were like out of all the movies, the 2 that were, let's say, the most well told. Everything else was kind of way too rushed. Yeah.
Fucking the first Garlic Jr. movie. I think was it Trio Might?
Trio Might.
Yeah, Trio Might.
I think it was Trio Might. Is that the one?
Pretty good though.
The storyline didn't do it to me in the Trio Might. It was the fight scenes. Like it seemed like they literally animated every goddamn frame, and then adjusted the frames for like, yo, what kind of speed do we want to play these fight scenes at? And when you go back and look at those fight scenes, like, those motherfuckers got those fight scenes on point. Because they didn't do the usual, like, repeat the same 4 or 5 frames. Like, they had segments in there where Goku would be pinned against the wall. This motherfucker had to dodge, like, 7 things, do a backflip, somehow do a fucking corkscrew through 2 blades in the midair, and then jump off the wall and get out. You're like, yo, they did that shit. But then they just got lazy with it.
I would say in that one, he was way more acrobatic because he didn't have the speed. But, you know, as they got stronger, the animators didn't have to animate as much because, like, oh, well, he's here. Now he's here. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I always say about DBZ. When you take Dragon Ball as a whole, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and even GT, even though it's not canon, it was more emphasis with martial arts and techniques in Dragon Ball, early DBZ, and then once they got to Super Saiyan and fought Frieza, they just kind of fell off from technique. It stopped being about technique and knowing martial arts and got into power levels and who was stronger and who was, who wasn't.
Yeah. At the same time, I will have to say this. Even though they did that, it still comes from Japan. And early on, you do not know when a series will get canceled over there.
Yeah.
So they had to find different ways to keep the story going and give the animators a break because they couldn't pay them as much.
Oh yeah, that's why they draw out, the power-ups and all that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, because basically they caught up with the manga and had to wait for the manga to pop out a new issue in order to figure out where the story was going to go, because they was doing the same thing.
Talking about how long can we keep this going? I don't know. Let's just get him to power up in 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's why a lot of people, I've heard that, I haven't seen none of Dragon Ball Super yet, but I've heard that a lot of people think the same thing about that. Like, they draw out certain episodes where it's like, nothing happens during that episode. It's not as much as DBZ, but it does happen. They still do it.
I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball Super is supposed to be in between Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. Supposed to tell what happened in between that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, because from what I understand, it's like a it's retelling Battle of Gods to where it has more exposition, where it explains a little bit more, and then it's gonna take off into its own thing. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
I liked the Battle of Gods movie, or the first one, because I mean, at least there was a little bit of story, not too much, but there's a little bit.
Mm.
But then came Resurrection of F, and then I'm watching it, and I'm like, how the hell did he get this form? It was just weird. Like when Goku transformed in Resurrection of F, it was just out of nowhere.
Oh, there was no build up to it where he didn't learn and master it. It was just like, oh, I'm just gonna power up because I gotta beat this bad guy.
Honestly,
Exactly.
there's nothing to be gained really from watching Resurrection of F.
Yeah.
Other than it being a Dragon Ball Z movie that you just still want to watch.
Yeah, other than it being a Dragon Ball Z movie that you want to watch, there's not a lot to be gained on it.
Because that's how I am. Like with the series, even with Naruto, this shit didn't really matter for the series. But I'm a fan. I'm gonna watch it. I don't care.
That's how I am with Naruto. But Naruto, they went the opposite direction. Earlier, they paid attention to the techniques, but they didn't really really overemphasize some of the shit. But as they got better, they're like, yo, we gonna carry this on the long run, and their fight scenes got tremendously better in the late episodes.
You talking about the movie or the TV show?
Both, in the manga and the TV show, their fight scenes they started fucking going ham with those fight scenes.
I'm talking about their movies.
Oh, their movies. I haven't seen any of their movies.
No, their movies were the same thing that they do with what they do with the Dragon Ball Z. In one movie, Naruto had a fucking rainbow-colored Rasengan because of some chakra. It was just like whatever reasons. You know what I mean? Reasons.
None of it's canon. In other words, where the continuity doesn't stay the same.
Exactly.
I would at least say some stupid shit yo,
leave me alone, Luke. I'm sorry.
Naruto ate some fucking Skittles and now he's got a rainbow Rasengan. I would take that shit.
No, it's because he was drawing in a certain type of chakra, and he was drawing in this different type of chakra. That's what turned his Rasengan into a rainbow Rasengan, and it was all shiny and shit. And he didn't need a clone to actually make that Rasengan. It was just in his hand. He didn't have to worry about making a clone. It was just some of that shit was just okay, just.
You're throwing away all the stuff that was established that was in the TV show.
Yeah. But again, I still watched it. I still enjoy it.
Oh, fuck you, Luke.
Oh, Luke. Oh, shit. I tried to jump, and then he, hit me and launched me.
Yeah, I'm behind Vader now. What's up? Treat him like my big brother. Yeah, my big brother gonna fuck you up.
Of course, I pay attention to the Dragon Ball Z community, and like, there's some channels that talk about like, well, that might be possibly like another live action DBZ movie. I mean, not shitty.
Live
like
action DBZ.
Oh dear God.
Like,
World ain't ready for that level of shittiness.
Wait a minute now. Hold on now. Hold on now. Have you seen the YouTube video? This shit is awesome. What are you talking about?
Okay, here's the thing. YouTube has a certain, like, the people who do YouTube videos have a certain respect and appreciation for what the fuck they're working on to give something.
The people, those YouTubers that are part of the community, they're not excited about it. All they do is they're just trying to give some ideas of, like, what not to do to make it not shitty, like...
Oh, wait a minute, so they're actually reaching out to the community and talking about this movie?
Sorta. I mean, because, you know, the community itself, like, there's a couple different YouTubers, you guys, I don't know if you guys know them, like Rhyme Style, maybe, I mean, I think Clawman, I don't know. There's a few, there's a lot of people, but they try to, you know, say some stuff and hopefully get it
recognized,
get it out there. Yeah, get it recognized.
Oh, okay, so
like,
they're talking
Rhyme
about
Style,
it just
like,
to see if the studios will listen.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
like
they're
trying
not
to
gonna
put
listen to that shit.
Look,
try to put their voices out there.
Basically, what they need to do if they're gonna make a Dragon Ball Z movie is, one, first of all, do not approach this motherfucker as a source of income. That's because that's where the first one fucked up. They just wanted to play on the Dragon Ball Z name and they fucked their shit up.
Yeah.
So once you have the idea of, like, you know, let's respect Dragon Ball Z to make a movie as a Dragon Ball Z movie, then it kind of just flows from there where you're like, yo, let's tweak this, let's make this look better, let's do this. Unless you're gonna get another style of fucking piling piece of shit like fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, Blood the Last Vampire,
Oh dear God.
Blood Rain.
Yeah.
Like all these
all the anime
movies.
fuck ups that they had throughout the years.
Hold on. I seen the Blood the Last Vampire. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't as bad as the Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't as bad. Like it honestly, I only complained of Blood the Last Vampire just because it wasn't as good as it could be, just like every other fucking anime-based movie there is. Which is why there's so much heat with, like, Dragon Ball Z live-action movies and fucking Ghost of the Shell. Like, there's still heat on that.
Yeah.
Just like...
I think it's probably because... The reason why I don't want to see a live-action DBZ movie is because what I would want to see in a DBZ movie, let's say the fighting, the powers and stuff, you can't do that in live-action. With all the CG in the world, unless you make it a completely CG movie, that's that's at probably like 60 frames per second or something. It can't be, you can't do that in live action. They would have to either dumb down the powers, dumb down the fighting, or simplify it to where they don't fight the same way. And at that point, it's not going to be a DBZ movie.
Again, that's what I'm saying, is that they can do that. Because they have a YouTuber, like a YouTube channel that has done that. They have made a live action rendition of
there's a couple
of what it should look like, and they did it proper. Like, they did it good. But
yeah, I can understand that. But the thing is, Hollywood isn't going to do that. They're not going to come at it from like, oh, I want let's make this movie for the fans. They're not going to take it like that. You already know they're not.
No. They're
going to want to make it and put their spin on it and everything, and to where they want to make what they want to make. And that's not going to be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, but this one YouTuber I was talking about, or Clawman, like he made a video. It said if they do make like a live action movie, like who should play? Like he was thinking, or like he said, who should play the characters? And of course he's using like many famous stars. Some of them are sort of stupid. If you guys want to hear this list.
I mean, they honestly... Oh, my bad, go ahead.
No, you go.
Like, when it comes to making a Dragon Ball Z movie and getting the perfect actors, I think they already missed their hump for, like, the perfect actors. Because there was a nice chunk in, like, the 90s where we had enough celebrities that could play those parts. Like everybody thought fucking Jet Li could be Vegeta. Everybody thought fucking Wesley Snipes could be fucking Piccolo.
This is sort of close to what this list is, or let me read some of these people. For Goku,
I know I had Goldberg. I had Goldberg as Nappa.
Oh yeah.
I would take Goldberg as Nappa or Brawley. But Goldberg is kind of like Nappa though.
Yeah.
Like some of these people on here are sort of stupid. I mean, I'm just gonna read this list. For Goku, Keanu Reeves.
Nope.
Hell
I knew
no.
you were gonna say Keanu Reeves. No.
Hell no.
I don't know why he said it. That's just what they did. Or that's what
I will kind of take him as Spike, but not Goku.
Right.
And if I were to take him as Spike from Cowboy Bebop, I would rather have Benedict Cumberbatch play Spike.
All right, and then for Vegeta, Hugh Jackman.
How?
Yeah, I'm not seeing that one.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with most of this. Okay, this next one's stupid. For Gohan, Shia LaBeouf.